So I'm Garrett. I'm here with Hunt Lift Eat. We're in Colorado for a 4th rifle season elk hunt. Been guiding this area this year. Hopefully we can get on some bulls later this morning. We put one to bed last night and we're picking right up where we left off, so we'll see how it goes.
I don't know what I'm doing. So they said to just glass everything real quick when you first get here, all the open areas, and look for low-hanging fruit. I feel like you can glass one spot for about 40 minutes, and you look up and realize you only glassed about 400 yards. So taking them out is a little bit more difficult than it looks on TV, but it's pretty cool.
Right now I'm trying to see if there's any legal bulls in the group.
You know, I think we've seen 40 elk in 20 minutes on day one. Can't complain about that. Made the trip worth it already.
That's a big bull.
Yeah, he's alone. That's why. And you're saying that's another bull down there in the shade too.
Those are both bulls. And there's another one to the right, way right. Both of these bulls look legal, so we're gonna make a play to double play here, and who knows? Maybe we'll have some. Maybe the first day will be a little better than we were expecting it to be.
We need that herd to push right so that we can get up above them. You know what I'm saying?
Worst case scenario, like, we don't get there till this evening.
Might have to wait them out for a couple hours, but from my vast 48 hours of elk hunting experience, it sounds like a good plan to me. Are you sure?
Yeah, see. I thought there was a road, but you know.
There was a road. We could have taken the truck on. I think it would have stopped. It's a quarter mile over there. Just trying to find a way out of this thicket. Garrett's huffing and puffing back here. He won't shut up, so don't want him scaring the elk when we get there.
Such a good shirt. It's gonna have to be extra quiet from here. It's starting to really close the distance. So we're just gonna go try to get a shot, hopefully early in the afternoon. So it's probably gonna be right before sunset. So got 5 more hours a day.
I got the same shit as Garrett, man. Like, we're gonna ease up here this last 700 yards, hopefully find a glassing spot we can shoot something from. Yeah, so there's another ridge up here above us. And but it's all this buckthorn shit, so I walked up to the top. And basically where we're looking here, just on the edge of our view, where we saw those bucks go to bed this morning, or those bulls, I saw one, at least one I saw, for like 3 or 4 different times I saw an elk for a couple seconds. Only one time I saw its head, and it definitely had antlers. I don't know to what size or how many points, but if it's the ones we saw this morning, hopefully we're in business. And
We found some more elk just a little bit over by a pond over here. We're gonna see if we can get in close and at least see if there's a bull in the group, and then we have 30 minutes to run a quarter mile. Alright, well, that's the end of day 1 out here in Colorado. We saw a bunch of elk, made a few moves, but no luck today. It's gonna be kind of dependent on tomorrow and how the rest of this week goes. We had a good chance there right at the end of the day, but we got within a couple 100 yards, but we didn't see a bull that we were able to shoot. Now we got a nice long hike out of here in the Nice dark cold. Oh, it's 40 today.
Yeah. Is it gonna be? But at least some of the mud's frozen. I feel like it's all that mud.
Sure.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's just like
It's now insulated underneath all the snow.
that's the problem. It never got cold enough last
The
time.
mule deer.
Well, the Forkies will hang out with the does still, though.
Yeah.
We had a guy shoot a forky here one year, but it was sweet. It was like that tall.
Yeah, I'd shoot that one.
Like that.
I'd shoot that. I'd
Yeah,
shoot that.
that's
for sure.
100% a freaking.
I'm not really feeling it. This shit sucks. This bottom, which is about what you'd be looking at from, and that's a time commitment that just commits us to going out there. And we saw 0. By all indications, they're moving over to this side. All the tracks over here. So, I think by
Is the snow supposed to stop? Because that would be sweet.
not today.
No. They said. Well, George was saying it was supposed to lighten up a little later on. He was looking at the radar.
Maybe we could just come back this afternoon and look then.
Yeah. We could hunt on the way back.
Dude, there's I'm still in
Yeah, we need a glass for a little while, what we can see, and then from there, maybe drive up to the rock,
We can try the rock.
road hunt from there.
I've had a dream of hunting elk for a really long time. I used to live in Colorado when I was 6 to 10. So I grew up with a lot of elk around us and moved back to Georgia. It's been a personal goal to come back out here by my 30th birthday for my first elk hunt. So I turned 30 this year and this is my first elk hunt. 4th season rifle, Colorado. I wouldn't mind a layup at this point in the hunt. I'm trying to manifest a bull elk to come down this ridge right here and walk right out here in the bottom. Got that spot range 262 yards. I wouldn't mind that at this point in life. But we're out here with the boys, so life is good. Super thankful for the opportunity.
Dude, if I'm listening to ass and titties before we fall off this precipice, I'm gonna haunt all of you in the afterlife. Why me? All of you. Why?
If we were in any other vehicle besides this 1970s
God.
Jeep that needs an oil change every day, I'd feel a little better. But right now, not so good. I'm not getting out. I will glass from right here. It's probably like 3 miles if I can pull my Garmin out right now.
Really? Yeah, I feel like the snow's making that very deceiving.
So we were glassing on a point where we only saw a couple doe muleys. And, you know, of course, we're here for elk, bull elk. We don't have much time. We got like 45 minutes of shooting light left. And if I've learned anything this trip, 45 minutes of walking doesn't get you very far. Where's yours at? Let me see.
Because you can
There's
see
more
too,
right than
that
you.
high ground and ridge line comes down.
Yeah. And it hits that first flat. And they're on the second.
Why do I feel like this hike tomorrow morning is gonna suck a bunch of nuts?
Also legal. Where are you looking? Feeding in the top left. He's moving left to right now. Well, let's try to put him to bed.
I mean, they're all fake.
No, they're not going to bed, dude. They're waking up right now. I mean, that's the
The bitch is if you can't.
Then the whole dance room. Then
Not
it
if
just
you get
becomes
up-
an evening hunt.
Not if you get up there early enough. Because he's got to run clients, so you got to leave before that, right?
That's a good
Ball of energy right there.
Opposite bitch. He's mad that I'm looking for deer the whole time I'm driving. You're mad that I don't see deer while I'm driving. Who's
Oh, love it.
We saw it clear as day.
Oh, yeah.
Long time.
I did too.
Last night got over to Carter and John where they had spotted that herd of elk. And we found at least 6 to 8 bulls in there, probably half being legal. So right now, we're heading out to go back to that same glassing spot, see if we could spot him again, but the snow and fog is going to make it difficult. I'm thinking it's worse for them up there. Today's game plan was Garrett and John. I don't know if you can see this, but if you look real closely, Garrett and John are somewhere out there. I don't know where. But the game plan was they left this morning around 4 a.m., started hiking in to find these bulls that we located last night as a crow flies, probably about a mile and a half from here. And I don't really have any way of communicating with Garrett or John, nor do I really want to. If I could spot them and use hand and arm signals, I would. But with this weather and this fog and just not being able to see anything, our game plan is changing. We're not going to try to glass this because you can't see past, 100 yards, if that.
Trying to get him on the spotter, but we lost that. From here, it's called the glassing pad for the obvious reasons, but you can see such a big chunk of ground. But to actually get in there and get them killed, just like what happened to Garrett and John, they zigged, the elk zagged. But it's rugged, it's thick, it's steep, unforgiving as all get out. And unless you've got, there's only really 2 ways to access the entire, well, 3 if you count coming in from the top, but it's all tough and it's all in the elk's favor by a huge margin. So just getting in there and getting after them is a feat in and of itself, and then killing an elk is just, it's double tough in there, and you got to be double tough to do it.
So I think we're going to pack up. We're going to head back to the Jeep and maybe do a little road hunting, see if we find something. I know Luke is still out there looking for a muley, so maybe we'll come across a couple deer, maybe a 300-inch bull elk will step out in the middle of the road. Who knows? Stay tuned.
So that snow came in even more heavy last night. There was a lot on the truck when we woke up this morning. How much snow did we get last night? 4 more inches? 6 more inches?
That's John. I'm a bad judge of 6 inches.
We decided to get a later start this morning. We wanted to get down to this spot, drive down the mountain a little ways, and park at an access point, and then hike up to a spot we had picked out, that Luke had picked out from our first day, that looked real deery. So we drove down there about sunrise and hiked in, man, and it was straight up. It was vertical, man. We just worked our way in slow, saw some tracks. How far do you think we hiked in?
A
mile
and a half.
Stop in every IV line, catch our breath kind of thing. We finally made it to some flatter elevation, and since all the snow was on the branches, they just lit up, man. They were just so dark, you could see them with that snow behind them. And I was like, deer, deer. And then this guy was behind her, and he had his nose on her butt, and it looked like she had the antlers because they were in that profile like that. And I saw how big his antlers were.
And then all I saw was him looking straight at me.
I was like, shoot her, shoot her.
And he turned, and it was a snapshot offhand. Got to the body, put one in him. I hit him back. It wasn't a good shot. And he dropped. I dropped to a knee, went to do a follow-up shot, and I got the adrenaline jump. And then I had a misfire, which was crazy. Hit the primer, had the round, and then had to reload. At this point, you could only see the top of his ass. All my instincts are to not shoot a deer in the ass, obviously. But Carter was, I already had one in him, so we had to get it done there. And Carter was like, plug him again. So I hit him right in this cheek, it looks like. And then he went down, his head was up. We kind of circled around, and he looked like he was just getting ready to expire. He kept kind of doing the death wobble. So we waited for a while, but his head would drop and come back up again. But we'll see when I get the hide off, but I think I hit the dirt in front of him. And then I shot him at point blank and put him down, hit him in the neck, and that was that. And we drug him off the mountain.
That doe got out of there. Thank God he was rutting. He was pretty forgiving. These mule deer are pretty forgiving. That doe got out of there, and then while we were waiting for him to expire to go up and check him, Another doe came screaming right in front of us with a spike right behind her at less than 50 yards. And then there was another big buck behind him that had come up after Luke had shot him. As soon as he saw what was going on, he turned around and went back into the timber. It was awesome. Then we got up there, Luke put his hands on him, and we gutted him and drug him off the mountain.
Yeah, the good part of hunting up is you can drag them right down, so it was a lot easier getting down. It was good.